Okay, and we're back. And today on Raid Shadow Legends, we do a video for a champion that is probably one of the best in the game, or one of the most respected and liked champions in the game. Now, this champion should, without a shadow of a doubt, be a legendary, but unfortunately not. And I want to show you guys how I use this champion. I currently have them built, and so on. So we're going to jump right into this champion, which you can do crowd control, damage, sustainability, shield. Really an all-round good champion. My good friend Frankie, Miscreated Monster. Now I think my hodgepodge sets. Yeah, for the moment, yeah. Okay. Are there for a reason, but we'll go over the gear very quickly. Now the reviews. Arena offense. Maybe a 4, how I would use them. Spider's Den has to be a 5 for the shield. Campaign, you can clear Nightmare by himself, 5. Arena defense, I would say a 5 as well. Put him in a good team. There's the fears and the stuns are never going to come down. I personally like him in all the dungeons when it comes to the waves. I really do. I can't say anything less. Clan boss, I mean maybe a 2 to 3 based on if you're using ally protection and continuous heals and stuff. Ice Golem speaks a 5 and I'll show you why. Keep, Void Keep, yeah, I mean you could stun. As I said, I like Frank everywhere. I could be totally wrong, but this is just my opinion. I think Frank is awesome in most places. I really do. Spirit Keep takes the shield off. Yeah, I mean, if I could be wrong, fair night. That he's got a couple of hits, but I don't see. Unless you're mitigating damage before like a cold heart or something, I would. Could be wrong. I might get slated for it 3. Force Keep. For defensive purposes, you can use him as a 5. Faction Wars. It has to be a 5. Crowd control and all this stuff, so. Perfect. Now, we'll just quickly go over the skill set. And we'll start with Meaty Fists, which is attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 15% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. 25%. When boot, I'm gonna guess. 50% chance to place a 60% decreased defense. Debuff for 1 turn if the stun debuff is placed. Damage based on HP. So, attacks an enemy 2 times, double hitter. It's always good. 15% chance to place a stun debuff. You can put him in a stun set, but it stuns for me if you give him high accuracy. Land all the time. It is a great feature for Frankie to have, and it's one that I kinda love him for. Now, has a 50% chance of placing the big decreased defense. Debuff for 1 turn stuff the blah blah debuff for 1 turn if the stun is placed. Yeah, I mean enough accuracy, you land the stun, and then you're going to put on decreased defense. Which if you're in with a nuker, you're in with somebody else doing damage, they can go straight after. We'll move on to Lightning Storm. I love that one, by the way. Lightning Storm. I like all those moves. Can't lie. It is an AoE. Attack all enemies or area of effect, however you prefer. 50% chance to placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Give him accuracy, it will land. Places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns equal to 25% of the damage inflicted. So, he's a great crowd controller. Take him in campaign pretty much anywhere to help you neutralize the waves. But in stun, it's useful everywhere, but we'll go into the shield. Now, this shield buff, it's 25% of the damage inflicted. You take him into Spider, and you've got the most stupidest shield you've ever seen. It is ridiculous. And it's hopefully I'll get my boot to a 3 turn, but the shield is what he's known for. One of the things that he's known for. Places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 3 turns, which is good. I like sustainability. I like that it's not selfish. It's not on himself, it's on everybody else, so definitely a team player. Heals this champion by 50% of their max HP. Places a 15% continuous heal buff on this champion for 3 turns. So depending on your HP, 50% of their max HP, you go 50, 100k, you're getting a big ass heal. And it's really a really great move. It's in damage, or he needs a little bit of health back on himself. Doesn't go wrong. Doesn't go wrong. The ally protection for mitigating damage as well is great. It could be infection wars, it could be, hell, you could be taking a 3 campaign with somebody else. Give this person a bit of protection and whatnot. The stuns hopefully work, so who he's in with will be able to do the damage and he can just kind of keep everybody at bay. Placing a fear, so we're on passive now. Places a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn whenever an ally is attacked or under an ally protection buff. So you put up, is it this one? Yeah, ally protection buff, and then straight away your team's going to get attacked most likely, and every single one of them is going to get a fear, which neutralises them. Or they could be stunned. If they're not stunned, they're going to get a fear on them. It's just so effective, like I said, anywhere. I use this champion quite a lot. I like this champion. I've debated changing the build, but I'll show you his gear, so maybe it'd be tricky unless I had a bit of feedback. And his aura, which is good, it's a massive aura. It's 33% HP in arena battles. Which arena battles you're going to need HP. Obviously, you need everything else to be fair, but just to increase this HP onto champions, 33% is it does make a difference. It's a massive number. Masteries, we'll just quickly go over them and we'll see what did I do. Because we went accuracy, increases value of shield buffs, increases accuracy by 20, increases accuracy again. This one is increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs placed by this champion by 10%. So on lower health, it's going to give a greater shields. 5% chance of decreasing the cooldown of random skill. Increases base stat bonuses. Because lower steel is a great one. If you're dead ally, you will gain 8 speed, which is good. It just means that the stuns and the crowd control can come around faster, or the shield. And the support, we can keep cycling stuff. Master Hexer. Now you can't extend stun, but there's a decreased defense in there, which he could extend. He can't do the stun as it says here, but there is still a use for it. And then this one, we just got the extra resistance. Increases the amount of healing and the vital shield buffs this champion receives. I think I'm trying to think if this is the right path I've went down, or what I should have went down. I think so, it works. Heals the champion by 10% of their max HP when they kill an enemy. He can kill enemies. Reduces the damage taken by the champion receives from a specific enemy point 75% with each hit taken from an enemy. It stacks up a small bit of damage, but ultimately it was just to come down to retribution, so I could end up in fearsome presence. Increases the chances of placing a stun, sleep, freeze, fear, true fear, provoke. So we've got stun, and we've got fear debuffs from skills or artifacts by 5%. And there is certain stats at 95%, so this 5%, it's an underrated mastery. People would normally go resist depending on their build, or bulwark if they want to have like an all support champion, or rock breaker 300 defense, but that one for me is just 200 defense, not big enough. It needs to be way bigger. Pardon me, no, just a bit groggy today. Now what we'll do is show you the artifacts and the reasons that he's got them. He's got this artifact here for this time being because it's life. It's got a good bit of speed, bit of accuracy, and 14% HP. This helmet he's got has a fantastic roll in HP, 30% plus 5%, so Everything went HP. I mean, I could not care if this was a curing helmet or if it was one of the crappiest. If it was a destroy helmet, you would still be wearing it if it's 30% HP. Some speed, some crit damage, which is good. The attack is kind of sucky, but HP was what I was going for. Recently put on speed boots to him. Take off the 60% HPs. Just because of all his HP here is 23% plus 4%. Some accuracy, crit rate, which is good. Resistance. I mean, a defensive thing for this type of champion, I'm down with that. Now, I also swapped his gloves to crit rate. Just to give him 85% crit rate. I wanted to see a bit of damage from the HP. The HP did drop from, I believe it was over 90,000. No, I'm lying, it was maybe more. Like 112,000 or something. But with the gloves, we can get some resistance to a defensive stat, which I'm good with. Some HP, I'm good with. Accuracy for this champion, I'm good with. Attack is like, meh. 60% HP chest. So crit damage for a whack, I'm good with that. I'm good with accuracy, I'm good with the crit rate. Same with the defense, but it's, I mean, it's still a good looking piece. Now having these pieces here is a 27, 35, 14. It allows me to take off HP items. Now I could put on HP items here, and his HP would be like Mountain King. His HP would go through the roof. Absolutely go through the roof. Now the speed boots, purely for the 70% HP that comes with the speed. 21% when glyphed. That's why he's wearing that. So all of this, no, it's not. It's broken sets, and it could be done differently, but because of the HP stats there, I just couldn't say no. I don't think I have anything really. I mean, a 14% HP increase with the stat. I don't think there's anything else I can do for him. I did have crit damage, and I wonder. No, if I had a 5-star crit damage, I would have put it on. It's at 8. I can increase that just to give him a bigger whack. I haven't. I really should. But he's got an accuracy banner with a great speed roll, some defense, 10% HP. HP is what I'm looking for. So gear all in all is orientated around HP. He's 195 speed. He was slower. I did have 60% HP gloves and boots on him at a point, so he was lower in the crit rate, but he was just a HP titan, you could say. Now, when I use him, well, quickly we can go into. I don't want to bore you guys, but I was starting some of. No, going the wrong way. I need to go Nightmare. I was 3-starring some. Oh, what the hell? Because it's speed gear. I'll try to get a good pair of gauntlets, and we'll just go in here now. Another turn meter manipulator, good for camping. Personally, would be Nethril. Now we put in Apothecary for the heals. We could put in the decreased defense, but we're just gonna heal with Apothecary, boosting turn meter and speed. Rotos is just a nuker, single person nuker though, not like a fool or anything. Not at all. Nethril is got a clan boss build. He's tanky, good HP, good speed, good accuracy. So ultimately it works here, and he works in some dungeons as well. And we've seen Frankie, so we'll just start off. Instead of coming in with 2 champions like I did before, looking like a bit of a dumbass. Wondered why I was genuinely dying so quick. Okay, so we've got Apothecary into the shield, which has got 3 out of 4 stuns. Now, they ain't doing anything. Continuous heal, protection is continuing that support, because he's just a beast. Rotos is getting extra turns and he's nuking the crap out of people. This should be illegal, but that's why I love Rotos. Wave 2, pretty much, he ain't got a hair out of place, neither is Nethril, and he's got a lot of hair. And then we're just coming here, we may take a hit, we may not, but ultimately we're in no danger, none at all. Absolutely no danger. I'm just going to wait. We're going to get there. They're going to do some moves to themselves. This is going to be pure auto. I could jump in, but I'm just not going to. We have stuns again, which is good. Means if we needed to heal, it would have given us a really good opportunity to do so. We don't have to, but it just means you get a breather. We're not getting piled on by the waves, especially if you go into faction wars and things like that. In like Dragon, all this other things, you don't want to be pounded on. You want to be controlling the enemy, neutralizing them. You want to spiders, you would be neutralizing the spiderlings as well. So the poisons were going at you so fast. And it's not the quickest run, and it doesn't have to be. Miscreated Monster, we'll just crack on. We'll do a few more stages just to show you. We could crack on with campaign and pretty much we could just go up a few levels and you would still do fantastic. He really can do this whole nightmare thing by himself. And okay, one champion down. We've got the supportive moves coming in, ally protection and continuous. So we don't need it, but it's always good to have it in case you've got Hordens or Relic Keepers in the other wave, counter-attackers that are giving the team counter-attack, which is extremely annoying, so you will need that defense sometimes. I do know somebody that's got their frag at 100% crit rate and like 280% crit damage, and they never bother with accuracy. He built him to nuke with high HP, and that's exactly what he does. He's a scary SOB. I think this utility and support route for Miscreated Monster is so much better. We're just gonna wait until we take out this wave here. Apothecary might heal himself. I don't care if he does, he's gonna die anyway. Block revive, down you go, Jingle Hunter. Who's next? Do I get this out of the way? Pretty much an all blue team, so we're not bad here. We do have to take into account the affinities don't matter, it just means you're going to get weak hits and it just takes a bit longer. Nobody wants to be in campaign for 45-50 minutes, you know what I mean? And we'll be closing in a minute 42 minutes here probably. When we go Frankie. And then we'll take this dude out here. Now it's a teamwork composition for that is just good. Good teamwork, Frank. Good teamwork. No, because I could go and grab a pair of speed boots, but what we'll actually do is we will use energy because I'll show you some. I don't want to make a really long video to bore you guys and make you think, what the hell are you doing? Shut up. But we'll just take an energy to make sure I can go through certain dungeons, or at least go through the dungeon. Now I'm currently going to rebuild my spider team, or make an addition, because I just got my Cold Heart level 60, took over a year to pull one, so I'm excited with that. Fire Knight, I don't think he's got a couple of hits, so he's at least got a few hits. Mitigate damage from the shield, and it could work. I'm not sure he's in my team for that. I want to show him an Ice Golem's Peak. Now 422, this could obviously be closer to 5 minutes. It's irrelevant. This is a 110% you will not lose team. Apothecary's 250 HP. He's got his 100% crit rate. Got good HP. Got Frankie, as you've seen, just a beast. You've got clan boss builds on Stagnite and Nethril. Now the good thing with having them here is their clan boss builds work to their advantage, because either Nethril or no, actually I believe it's Stagnite, he gets most of the hits because he's got lower HP, but he's got like 4,000 defense, good accuracy, and all that kind of stuff on him as well. Rotos is just there for the block revive with the Nats. So we're going to go to this dungeon, and what we will see is we will just see crowd control. And you see that heal's going up. It's like, it's not a case of this team is built, so I'm just going to go in with Mausoleum Mage, you know, like Shamrock and Seer and shit, and just boom boom and crack on. This is a team that won't do huge damage. Well, at some points with their lucky hits and stuff, but this is about survivability. This is just getting through it, and this is what Frankie's great for. So buffs up already. But that's a turn for a Rotos. And this is not going to be fast at all. It might be the most boring part of the video, but it just shows off how good Frank is. If we do get hit, he has a stun, remember, and Nethral's got a stun as well, and he's got bitchin' accuracy. So this whole team, I think, apart from Rotos, and Apothecary doesn't need accuracy because he buffs his own team, so apart from that, the accuracy is really high. We're at a minute end, but we're not in any danger. It makes no difference, you know. If you're lucky enough to actually watch this video and you've got these champions, you can build them up, and if you are struggling with level 20, this is what you're looking for. No, we're not going to be doing it in 2 minutes. We're going to be doing it in 4 or 5, but get an auto clicker, and people don't really farm this dungeon too much. I quite like resistance gear. It's niche, but I quite like it. Got a few champions I want to do really high resistance on, like a Mars Mage, and possibly change my Rotos up. Same Nuki kind of build, but just try to throw resistance stuff stats in a little bit. Mausoleum Mage. There's a few other ones. I just quite like the fact of making them resisty as hell, you know. Rock Breaker's other defense, but if I go defense, I will be doing resistance with it. Rock Breaker's interesting, just as a little beast. I've seen videos on him in arena, and he's a really fun champion. So at 217, and we're at 0 danger. We've got shields. There's nothing wrong with us. Not one debuff. And pretty much we ain't been in any trouble so far. Now this is not, look at me, I've got the fastest team in the world. It's not about that. We just have to get through it. Now I could probably change things up and have a hell of a lot faster team, but this works. I don't farm here too much. So for my benefit, it does what it's supposed to do. I can leave it overnight if need be, if I really wanted to. Like defense gear I like as well. It's a basic set, but I do like defense. It just benefits so many champions, you know. Sustainability, if they're built on defense, it gives them more damage in a way. So I don't think we've got block revive, but if they get ticked back up, we're just going to put them back down again. And Rotos will get that block revive. You could, I would say the double Rotos, you'd have to change your team up, and then you could physically, if you did manual it and you're quick enough, you could target them and make sure you got the block revive. But Rotos is going to take him out at some point. It's no big deal. So they're stunned. They're not going to attack us. We've all got shields with a small bit of health, but we've all got accuracy, speed, shield. So we're just not in any danger whatsoever. We're not really getting the correct RNG for Rotos to block revive this guy, but it makes no difference. 110,000, and it was just not enough. And if the ads come back, it will take you longer. But no, but this is purely just to show you guys that this team works. 104. Let's revive these dudes again. We'll just put them down again. Sustainability. Now you don't have to really prove anything to anyone, as long as your team works and they put in the work you need them to put in. This is a really slow run. It's probably like the slowest run I've ever done. Being completely honest with you, looking at the time now and the health that he has left. But the 80 from Rotos is slowly dropping all of that HP. See, and if I wanted to thingy, I could target this one. And then target this one. And take it off of there. I was kind of trying to be cheeky and hoping that his A3 would come back. He'd get the block revive. It makes no difference. It makes no difference whatsoever. Like I said, this is not a speed team. I'm not going to proclaim it is. You know, it's a team that can range between 4 minutes and maybe over 6. And if you get the RNG and you're really quick in, and you can get the block revive, and then boom, they ain't coming back. I don't care who they are. If you want to manual the boss fight, you could auto the 2 waves. When you get to the boss fight, you could then obviously place your attacks where you want them to guarantee you block the revive and then go auto, because they ain't coming back. And with these all being dead, you just ain't gonna. There's a block revive. He's gonna do less damage if his goons are dead, so he will do a hell of a lot more damage if these 2 little gimps are alive. So you'll have to be very aware of them, unless you have the power, like a couple of Septimus tanks, to just come in and like each do 1 hit and kill him. That's it. That is a possibility. And we're going to get there. We haven't really been in any danger. We've lost 1 person, which I'm extremely surprised at, but it's gone over 6 minutes. I think it was just RNG. But ultimately, we were in no struggle at any point. Going up to that battle, we were able to keep the waves. Oh my god, Cell. We were able to keep the waves kind of at bay, didn't get hit too much. Never got a lot of luck with the block revive landing when we needed it. But let me see, when he's in, you can put him in Minotaur's Labyrinth. I was trying to think if I use him. I don't want to go too long. Now, what setup do I use for here currently? Frankie's here as well. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I should see him in this dungeon or if he. Because everybody knows what a dragon is for. It's like you got to stay alive to get the poison. We know he's going to do that. Right, with the spider, and no, I'm not at spider 20. I mean, I got past a few levels, but I got really kind of bored at 7 minutes 28 seconds. So if this is a quick run in 14, we'll do 15 again, because I'm assuming 16 is where I met a small bit of damage. Now we have Gorgorab, which I may take out actually for Nethril again. This is for more poison on the boss, because he's a 58. We're going to get a shield from Miscreated Monster, and I don't know whether we will win. But that's essentially, when we come to the spider, you need Frank. You need Frankie. Hopefully the RNG for you is good enough to see, look at that shield, it's perfect. Boom. Now if you've got somebody flimsy in there, they're going down. 202. Apothecary, need to get decreased. No, we've got a weaken up already, it's a life continuous heal. We strip all these buffs off in a minute. Come on, Seer, when I'm looking for a good hit. I need a good hit from you. Not even, like, great. This is not her best spot. My level 60 Cold Heart, I'm so looking forward to introducing her. I would like to do that because, I mean, I've got Husk as well, but he's a 50. And I just kind of like Seer, but I think she's better possibly with the waves. Mausoleum Mage, Apothecary, and like Frank or somebody to get them up, boom, get the wave down. But with Spider, she's not fantastic, but I mean, she can do really good hits. I've seen her hit like 500k. See, 1 minute 14, we must have had really good RNG for that. I'm thinking if we take out Royal Guard, we could put in Frankie. Rotos just because I want to hit somebody with him. I'm not sure how long this battle's going to last, but we're going to get the picture with Frank already. We'll see. See if we can get some good RNG and get some good hits. I'm willing to wait a few minutes, you know, just in case our luck started pretty bad. we really shouldn't be in too much danger unless the RNG really screws us over, which you never know. It is possible. There's only the poison damage. There's not really like a... This team doesn't have like a Septimus in it, like I said, or anybody that's gonna... Apart from Royal Guard and Seer. They're pretty much here. That is their job. I'm so happy to have this cold heart now, so... So we've got decreased defense, so if we've got his move, it'll be getting used next. HPs are crit heals from Apothecary. We've got massive shields to keep those poisons going. We are sustaining ourselves, which is good. Kills my Spiralers, which ain't that bad. We've got the shields, so we know Frankie's not going to be doing his move. So some of them can die, and it's always, I mean, it ain't a bad thing to get rid of some Spiralers, if you ask me. Seer is the only one with no shield. But I think looking at it now, we are good to go. I could progress on, but I don't want to make the video too long, just showing you RNG. I mean, Spider, we can go up to Spider 20. I just need to change this team. I reckon Cold Hearts will make a massive difference. And then, like, that's one of the dungeons I haven't been in a lot. Now, I've got stuff from it, but it's not one. I think I got to a certain point and I was like, I'll do it later. And I never went back to do it. So that I need to apologise for. I think what we'll do is just quickly show you. I want to show them in a few places. I don't want to be just showing pretty much nothing, you know what I mean? So put in Frankie. We've got Poison from Nethril. We've got Nethril and Frankie. I like that combo. Just for crowd control, I think they're perfect. Effectively, now you can put in another nuker if you wanted to. So we'll keep Royal Guard and see how he gets on. Decreased defense could come from Rotos as well, because he's quicker than Royal Guard. And also Frankie himself, you never know, so that could help Royal Guard if we need to get takedown on the go. We're going to just watch this one. Just show how good pretty much Frankie is. It doesn't matter where you put him. Monsieur Bashira took the waves down, but got a Rotos. He's my ethos, my Septimus. My dude. As you can see, yeah, we are looking pretty good health wise. We don't appear to be effed up in any way. And pretty much they're still stuns, they're still poisons and stuff, decreased defense, so we're putting out a lot more damage than we're putting in. Problem is, Royal Guard is kind of flimsy at times. Nobody's going to die here, but these waves actually progress on in certain levels, and they can seriously harm you, so you do have to just sometimes take that into account. Yeah, like the Dragon 20 Hardens will one shot easy, two shot some of your champions easy. They don't give a damn. It will happen. It will happen. We're just going to progress on. It's got a couple of seconds to take this deed out. So probably 2 minutes, 10 seconds for this one. We're not in any danger. Frankie's pretty much still got his shit going. He's doing his job. Keeping us alive, giving us shields. They're not really good anywhere apart from Spider, but the ally protection and the stuns. I mean, they're just perfect for crowd control. They're perfect for keeping your team alive. He's a team player. I mean, I really like champions that buff other champions in the team. They can buff themselves, but if it's for all people, then it makes that champion just like go up an extra level. You know what I mean? Like S tier. I mean, he is an S tier champion. He should be a legendary champion. I have to tell Palladium that you've messed up. You've given him a bloody epic background. The Miscreated Monster can, unless you're really in game, you may not need them. Unless you want to build him just high HP, maybe put him in a resistance team that he gets damage from to piss people off. There you go, 2 minutes 25 and we were in danger, so we can, we've done it there, we could do the dragon as well, but in Fire Knight, we'll just go a bit of Minotaur's Labyrinth. Let's jump in. We'll do just a final battle and just kind of show you that he does work everywhere. He works in campaign. I mean, personally, if you want to go clan boss, the only thing is you can have him in your clan boss team, but he's support 100%. So you'll do his A1. He's got a few hits. He's then got his stun, which doesn't work on a boss, and he's got his ally protection. So effectively, it can mitigate damage from the AoE slams and stuff the clan boss does. I've seen videos where randomly there's 2 of them in there, and that's the only purpose they have, is just basically just to do that move to keep the bloody HPs up, you know what I mean? It's not his best place, but if you need somebody for ally protection, you can use him, you know, if you don't have like a rearguard sergeant, or who's another good champion, by the way. And we're in no danger here. No, we haven't changed pretty much half of the teams, apart from Royal Guard. I think it's different from, I believe, Ice Golem, but yeah, the teams, if you get certain champs, you can keep all your teams kind of the same, which is quite good. You don't have to have a team for this one, a team for that one, a team for this one. You could if you want to put your player power up. That's kind of all it does. It just mitigates too much. Well, it doesn't mitigate, it just means you've got to spend a hell of a lot of silver that you may not have. So I can take Nether into Clan Boss, I can take him in here, I can take him into Ice Golem, I can take him into Dragon, Spider. With his Clan Boss build is tanky, get like 40k HP, 285 accuracy, so he does really well with that. And we've got Chamfort here. The only threat is he'll increase his speed and his defense, and that's it. You don't heal, you don't put poisons on you. So it'll be an easy dungeon to show, but versatility is the key here. That's what we're looking for. Sorry, it's a 2-hitter. He's got, yeah, 2-hitter. And here we go. Boom, dead. It's an all-round great champion. I'm not sure he's in this team because I use, I think, Scartosis. I could use Gorgra randomly with Scartosis to steal that shield, yeah. And you can put him in. He's good, but I don't need him in there. I think we've shown an extreme amount of versatility. And the Dragon Slayer, it just looks the same as Ice Golem's Peak. It's a slow progression where people are being kept alive, mainly the Poisoner, to make sure the poisons land on the Dragon. Are we lucky enough to have... No, we have Undead Horde, that's a shame. I could have showed you Faction Wars, but we don't currently have that open. But I think what we'll do is, for the highlight on Frankie, I think we can leave it there, and we can just, if you pull the Miscreated Monster, do not sleep on him. When I pulled this one, pretty much, I never had an auto clicker at this time. It was just I wasn't new, but it hadn't come into my head to get an auto clicker. Dude, it was just gems, replay with one finger, with like 4,000 energy or something. I just wanted this dude done, and then I got him leveled up. I got chickens done. It was non-stop, and it was around battle pass time, so I at least had the gems and the resources to do it. But yeah, I did him, and I caught Brawler in like a day and a half. Constant, just mother fracking tapping of that button. Just chickens, got him up, and I got all this done. And apart from change maybe one jewelry item, he does alright. We'll just show off the stats he has just now. So you'll see 79 almost 80,000 HP, which is good. It has dropped, like I said, it was like 112. His attack, I'm not using him purely for attack. You can give people a thump if you build him that way, but I'm going more for the keep my team alive, supportive kind of build. Defense, I mean, you can give him a high defense for a clan boss, but you need a higher HP for dungeons and shit. Sorry, pardon my French. His speed, using additional speed boots, put him to 195. He was at 150, and a different item that had a crappier speed roll, I believe, got taken off, and I put a better one on. Yeah, his crit rate is 85%, so that's pretty good. You put him in Monsieur, he'll buff, he'll crit all the time. Crit damage, I mean, that can be worked on. Resistance, I haven't. Because he needs accuracy, I prefer him with accuracy. If you go resistance, then you're just going pure damage. And you don't worry about stuns, you just want to just make sure you're beating people's butt. I prefer accuracy. And we have 235, which pretty much guarantees that we should be landing the stuns. We should be landing what we need to do. If we land a stun, we're going to land a decreased defense. We're going to AoE, we're going to place a stun on pretty most of them, and place a shield, like you see in the spider. Ally protection to mitigate damage, just a great move. Passive, especially in arena. We'll be having an arena battle just to show you, I might not win. I will throw in just a quick arena, we'll be cheeky. If you've long enough, then you're probably thinking, dude, just play the damn battle already. So what we're going to do is I have no idea if these people are even built for arena. So we've got, I don't have a debuffer, but I don't really want one. Speed into decrease defense into take out Ray and Seeker, and then we should be good. So we'll do this last one just to show you can put them in your defense if you wanted to. You would do just as well in your arena defense. You would mainly just be pushing people off because of the high HP and so on. And no, my team is dead, but he's alive, so that's a perk. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, but he's good in the arena.